Okay, let's dive into this. So, former President Trump signed an executive order pushing to reduce childhood vaccines and split the MMR shot into separate doses. At first glance, this sounds like a political move, but when you peel back the layers, it's a textbook case of how misinformation can weaponize parental fear for political gain. Here's the thing. Vaccines are one of the most rigorously tested medical interventions in history. Yet, here we are in 2024, still debating this. Personally, I think this isn't really about vaccines. It's about exploiting a decades-old conspiracy theory to rally a base. Let's unpack why that matters. First, the claim that fewer vaccines mean healthier kids. Trump said, back in the day, people were healthier. Wait, really? Let's fact-check that nostalgia trap. In the 1980s, we had diseases like polio and measles killing thousands annually. The AAP's current 18 vaccine schedule exists because science evolved. But here's the twisted logic. By framing modern medicine as too much, this order taps into a broader anti-expertise sentiment. What many people don't realize is that this isn't new. It's a rehash of the same debunked autism link Andrew Wakefield pushed in the 90s, a study so fraudulent even The Lancet retracted it. Yet, Trump's amplification gives it oxygen again. Why? Because fear drives clicks, shares, and votes. Now, splitting the MMR shot. The president called the combined vaccine lethal, comparing it to pouring soda into a kid. That's not just bad science, it's dangerous theater. Experts warn spreading doses increases risk. More doctor visits mean more chances to miss appointments, leaving kids vulnerable. But here's the deeper issue. When politicians cherry-pick medical advice, they erode trust in institutions. I mean, why listen to pediatricians when you can quote a real estate mogul-turned politician on immunology? Senator Cassidy, a doctor, called it wrong, and that matters. When a Republican Health Committee chair publicly rebukes you, you know you've crossed into reckless territory. Let's address the elephant in the room, the autism myth. The 2019 Denmark study of 650,000 kids? No link. Zero. Zilch. But facts don't matter here. It's about identity. Anti-vaxxers aren't convinced by data. They're reacting to a cultural narrative that paints big pharma and governments as villains. Trump's order isn't about health. It's a tribal signal. I'll protect your freedom versus elites want to poison your kids. This is how conspiracy theories metastasize. And the stakes? Measles is already surging globally. Delaying vaccines isn't caution. It's playing Russian roulette with public health. Here's my take. This order is a masterclass in plausible deniability. The administration can't actually enforce it since states control school mandates. So why do it? Because symbolic gestures poll well. It's a wink to the anti-vax crowd without bearing responsibility for outbreaks. But pediatricians like Dr. Racine are right to call it disheartening. When leaders prioritize ideology over evidence, kids suffer. And let's be clear, this isn't a left-right issue. Vaccines saved lives across the political spectrum until recently. What this really exposes is a broader collapse of epistemic hygiene. When truth becomes negotiable, pandemics follow. So, where does this leave us? With a chilling paradox. In an age of unprecedented medical advancement, we're debating whether to trust billionaires or biologists. One thing I keep coming back to, health policy shouldn't be a partisan football. But as long as fear sells, expect more of these performative gestures. The real question isn't about vaccines. It's about who we decide to trust when the next crisis hits. And if you're a parent watching this, maybe ask yourself, do you want advice from a scientist who's studied immune systems for decades? Or a politician who thinks vaccines are a deep state plot? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation isn't going away.